Hi, I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, here to give you the quick tea and luxury makeup, but prepare to sip slow because I got a lot to talk about. And today, the brand we're going to be talking about is one of my faves, Suqqu. Now, the spring collection, I did not get the eyeshadow. I'm talking about eyeshadow. Today, no eyeshadow today. Now, if you are curious what is on my eyes, it is from the brand Adept Cosmetics. This is their Amunet palette. I used Adept Cosmetics in last week's Chanel video as well, because if you're following me on Instagram, it's Adept Week, and every day I've been doing a look with a different Adept palette because I plan to do a rankings of the 6 palettes I own. I probably will post a shorts on my YouTube page with the rankings, but on Instagram there'll be a lot more details in terms of my pros and cons of every palette, because unfortunately with YouTube shorts, they don't really give you much room in the description box. So you should be following me on Daps_makeup on Instagram. And here on YouTube, you should check out my shorts as well. Although many of my shorts do correspond to the YouTube videos that I make, the main videos that I make, I do sometimes do demos of certain products and only have it as a short and not as a full-length YouTube video. Sometimes I feel like I can just pull it off by just showing you a 1-minute clip rather than doing a 40-minute video. But yeah, I passed out on the Suqqu eyeshadow palettes from the spring collection just because I just felt the shadows were just a little bit too light for my skin tone and my liking. Passed on the blushes for the same reason. The liquid eyeshadows actually looked interesting, but I just realized I don't really use liquid eyeshadows like that, and they never ship nail polishes, unfortunately, to the US. So the one product that I bought was actually a lip product, and it is a new formula by them. So that's why it's like really exciting. Excited to try out their new formula, the Moisture Glaze Lipstick. Now, I only got it in one shade. I wanted to just try out the formula. So I got the shade number 5 just because I felt it was a unique shade. It's the purple one. But I don't know. I might end up getting a couple of more shades because they had some beautiful brown shades. If so, then I'll probably create a shorts and I'll post all the swatches. But we do have this one to talk about. So my lips are currently bare because I did want to put this lipstick on my lips with you today. But this is not a first impression because I actually used it yesterday, all day at work yesterday. I'll post my look that I did yesterday so you can see what it looked like yesterday. Yesterday I did use it with a Makeup Forever lip liner called Endless Plum. Today I'm going to just put it on totally by itself so you can just totally see the lipstick on its own. But yeah, I'll show you swatches that I did of the lipstick. We'll apply this together. I brought out some other lipsticks that I thought might be some good comparisons in terms of the formula. We'll do our comparisons, and then I will just give you my overall arching thoughts. Hopefully this should be a quick video since we only have one product to go over. So first off, packaging. You know, Suqqu is always great about having beautiful, sleek packaging. It's very reminiscent of their eyeshadow quads, but just in a lipstick, case. So you open it like this. You can already see the beautiful Suqqu, the beautiful color, but you can also see the Suqqu engraving on the lipstick bullet. Now, this is a refillable lipstick, so this part right here actually comes apart. So you can actually buy, the lipstick refill on its own, and we'll have the information, shade information on the lipstick refill on its own. And it is functional, so you could just buy this on its own and it's totally functional, versus, getting a case and actually just snapping it in. So yeah, you can either buy just a lipstick refill on its own. They sell these Selfridges. You can always get it from Selfridges, Liberty London, Harrods, and I believe Cult Beauty. So depending on where you purchase it from, and custom taxes, that kind of thing. If you're, if you're in the US buying this, the refill itself will be like $33 to $40, and then the case by itself is about like $7 or $8. So you got the deal if you're going to do it separate, combine, you know, that kind of thing. So now I'm going to get closer and so you can see my lips, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and apply it, and then we're going to talk some more. So first I'll do one simple layer. Isn't this such a gorgeous shade? I guess I kind of did it twice, but you know, a simple layer. Let's see if we can build this up. So let me just pile it on a couple times. All right, so I think that was a nice good amount of swipes. Trying to get the camera to focus. So there you go. Oh, focus. Okay, so that is a lipstick color totally on its own. So you don't necessarily need a lip liner. I love a lot of times to do lip liners and do an ombre effect, you know, just to have my lips defined and have an ombre, you know, effect. But no, I mean, this is something that you can totally wear on its own. So I just think this is a gorgeous shade. So I got this one, you know, I wanted to get out of all the shades, this one shade, just because I just felt it was the most unique out of the shades. And, you know, I love purple. But this is such a beautiful, you know, purple, but there's got some pink to it. So it's a little bit even a little more like fuchsia, not fuchsia, I don't know. Or we want to call it purple, lilac, fuchsia, I don't know, but it is just gorgeous, gorgeous. I mean, this one, I don't even know, and you know, I'd have to recheck again, but like, it like sold out on Selfridges, it sold out on like Cult Beauty. I didn't even see actually Harrods was selling. So they might, I don't know if they just sold out everything or what's the deal with Harrods. I think it's still available on Liberty London. But yeah, you gotta just check, you know, certain shades can be sold out, but this seemed to be the most popular. Just giving you a heads up, this particular shade, just because I think it's totally unique. You know, I'm gonna talk about some other lipstick formulas that might be similar to this, but I haven't seen this color done in the other brand. So, you know, I think this is totally popular because it's such a unique shade and how gorgeous. Okay, so let's talk about this formula. So, as you can see, it provides a beautiful shine. Now, obviously, you know, unlike a matte lipstick, number one, obviously, it's a shine. It's called Moisture Glaze. So that's exactly right. It is very moisturizing. It has a glaze effect, so you see that shine. But with that, you know, obviously it's not going to be super, super opaque like you would expect from, you know, like a matte lipstick or maybe even from certain satin lipsticks. So my lips can still, my natural lip color still kind of peeks through a little bit, but I do appreciate there's still a good amount of pigmentation. It's not just like a, you know, it kind of, you know, these kind of formulas are basically kind of like a lipstick and a stick, a lip gloss and a stick. That's how I kind of see it. But you know how some lip glosses, they're basically sheer and they just have a tinge of color, a tint of color. This one has some color to it. So, you know, so even though there's an element of sheerness to it, you know, it's not super sheer. So it is just, it has a little bit of a creaminess to it. So it's not, you know, super liquidy. It feels so comfortable. It feels lovely. I'm loving this. So yeah, this is a totally new formula for Suqqu, which is why it's so exciting. You know, I have a really big, you know, a decent size eyeshadow collection. You know, I got some blushes from them. I will tell you, lipsticks are not a major category, or I don't have a large collection from Suqqu for lipsticks. I only have a couple of formulas. Unfortunately, I don't have the Vibrant Rich lipstick because that would have been interesting to compare to. The brand, formulas that I do have from Suqqu. I have 2 sheer matte lipsticks from them. So obviously, you know, I'll just swatch right quick. But I had gotten their brown shades. I think it was like the 2 deepest brown shades that they had come with at the time that these had first come out. One just a little bit lighter and more orangier, and this one's more deeper and more red. But, you know, it's a unique formula in the sense that it has a matte finish, but it's very comfortable. It's not super, it's not the most opaque matte lipstick. But obviously that's very different from these, you know, complete opposite in terms of matte versus glossy. Now I do also have, I have the Suqqu Comfort Lip Fluid Glow in the shade number 8. Now this is on the whole other spectrum. So this, as you can see, is super glossy, you know, super liquidy. This one, and then I also have the Suqqu Comfort Lip Fluid Fog in the shade number 3. So that's pretty. Now I'm just comparing to the color that I have. But yeah, it's still different. You know, these are more liquidy versus I love that. I actually really like the bullet format, even when it has a glossy finish like this. So I truly feel like it's totally different from the 3 Suqqu formulas that I own. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have the Vibrant Rich lipstick from them to compare that, but it does sound like this is still going to be a unique formula compared to that. What I would think in my mind, like what would be the closest comparisons, would actually come from other brands. When I think of Chanel's Rouge Coco Bloom, when I think of Dior's Adept Lip Shine, when I think of YSL's Candy Glaze Lip Gloss Stick, I think those would be comparable. So what I'm going to do is just going to pull out just one lipstick shade from those 3 brands. I'm going to try them on just because I need to remind myself the feel of those, and then I can let you know how it compares to the Suqqu. So be right back. I'm back. So we're going to start with Chanel. Now, if you watched my recent Chanel lipstick collection reviews, then you should have already seen this. This is in the shade Wild, but I'm going to apply it again, 1, because in case you didn't see that video, and 2, just for myself, because I want to try them on right now so I can remind myself the difference between this formula and the Suqqu. So this is a gorgeous shade. I tried to pick something that was also kind of plummy. Nothing's going to be the exact shade, but I guess kind of in the same family. So just feeling this. Okay. Okay. So these are all similar kind of lipstick. What I would say is, compared to the Suqqu, now everything's comfortable. This is moisturizing. This is comfortable. This feels great. But I will say the Suqqu is a little bit more moisturizing. It's got more of a shine than this. Like this got shine, but you can tell that this has just pulled back a little bit in terms of the juiciness compared to the Suqqu. You know, now I could also bring out Chanel's Rouge Coco Flash. If I brought that one out, which maybe I should, if I bring that one out, that one will have more of a moisturizing shininess, but then has a less pigmentation. So I think the Suqqu, you know, can give you really that really moisturizing feeling of the Rouge Coco Flash, but then a pigmentation that is closer to the Rouge Coco Bloom. So it kind of falls somewhere in between. So this is the Rouge Coco Bloom in the shade 160. Let me bring out Dior. Okay, now I got Dior. So these are the Lip Addict Shines. You know, I love this denim case. They come in all different cases. The standard is a black one, but then they have all these special edition. This denim, because it's a real denim fabric. Oh, love the look and feel of this one. Now this shade I love. So this was like the first one I ever got from them. I have, you know, several at this point. This is the shade Dior Bar. I think it's a unique shade. Still in that plummy shade. I'm sticking to the plums for today. Okay. I think this formula is more similar to the Suqqu. where it is very moisturizing, very, you know, shiny. But once again, like you can see, my natural lip color is seeping through. Where I was showing you that Rouge Coco Bloom from Chanel, it actually had some more pigmentation, but gave up just a slightly bit on the moisture. I mean, still super comfortable, but you know. Okay, yeah, but I do think that Suqqu is just maybe just a little bit more creamier. So this is a little bit more thinner than Suqqu, where the Chanel was just a little bit more thicker. So kind of somewhere in between. Now let's bring out YSL. All right, back with YSL. So this is the packaging for the YSL Candy Glazed Lip Gloss Stick. I don't have a purple or a plummy shade, so we're going with the neutral brown for this. It is the popular shade Scenic Brown, number 14. So let's apply this. Okay. I think this is the most similar to the Suqqu. Feeling this now. I'm going to go back to the Suqqu after this. But in terms, you know, not talking about shade, of course, but just talking about formula. I think out of the three, the Chanel, the Dior, and now the YSL, this is the most similar to Suqqu. So if you like if you like any of those three, I'm pretty sure you're going to love the Suqqu. But if you especially love the YSL, I think you're definitely going to like Suqqu. So also if you have similar shades, because that was the one thing that was in my head when I was trying to decide what shades to get, because they had some beautiful, beautiful brown shades in Suqqu. And like, for example, I knew I had this one from YSL. And so, and you know, I got this fairly recently, so I don't want to get a similar shade in Suqqu because, to be honest, yeah, it feels like a very similar formula. So if I go back, I'm not going to get a brown of this tone. But they did have some deeper browns and some that might be a little more red tone. So I may still get another one, but I won't try to repeat, because they did have a shade that was similar to this, and I don't want to do that. Because honestly, it feels pretty similar. I think this is the closest in formula. So let me go back to the Suqqu and we'll wrap this up. All right, and we're back to Suqqu, number 5. Oh, gorgeous. Yes, so like I said, you know, all 4 brands that I featured today, they're all giving their spin on a similar style of lipstick. So I would say you can't go wrong with all 4. I absolutely love all 4. I would say between the 4, the YSL is the most similar to the Suqqu in terms of formula, in terms of the feel. Each one is just slightly distinctive, but those would be the closest of the 2. But I do feel like each one of the 4, you know, has put their stamp on this style of, you know, it's basically like a lip gloss on a stick. You know, these days, yeah, if I think about it, you know, I've been using a lot of lip oils at time, but otherwise, in terms of traditional lip glosses, I've been just going for the stick, and I kind of like that. I kind of like it being in bullet form. So a lip gloss on a stick, I'm loving the concept. So, so then, you know, then it becomes also just like shades and things like that. I say this number 5, so far from what I've seen, you know, at least these 4 brands, I feel like no other brand has this shade. You know, in all the brands, you probably can find a red, a brown, that kind of thing. But this color here, oh, Suqqu did that. Look, Suqqu did that with this color. This, they made their stamp, you know, with this particular shade. So yeah, you know, I would definitely say go for this one. And it does seem like all skin tones are enjoying this one, to be honest. So it's just such a unique color, and somehow just works. You know, who am I to say all people, but it just seems to work for a lot of people. So yeah, if you could only get one, get this one, number 5. But hey, like I said, don't be shocked if I go back and get another 1 or 2. But yes, I would say this formula, oh, I love her. I love her. So Suqqu did a great job on this one. All right, well, that's it. You know, just wanted to let you know what I'm thinking about the new Suqqu Moisture Glaze Lip Gloss lipstick, and particularly shade number 5. So we'll end here. So if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, you know, I will see you next time, and I'll let you know what's next coming into my collection. And yeah, I will tell you, my hubby gave me some gift certificates for Valentine's Day. I made some orders online. So I do have some new stuff that's coming to my collection that I will, you know, be featuring soon. Maybe Tom Ford, maybe Louis Vuitton, you know, Fenty, you know. We've got some new stuff to talk about. So be on the lookout. You know, I've been trying my best to, like, you know, post at least once a week. So be on the lookout, and you know, hopefully I can stay on schedule and give you a new review, or just, you know, go over my collection and give you a new topic to talk about each week. So I will see you next time. Bye.